I'm about to turn 29 years old next month, which means I'm about to enter the last year of my 20s. And I want to share a thought, not so much advice, I just want to share a thought. But first I need to provide you with some background. When I was 19 years old, I moved to London and hated it. So I moved back to Scotland for 3 to 4 months. And then again had a second shot at moving to London at 20 years old. I also hated every single minute of the second attempt, but I ended up staying for 6 years and it became my home. London became my comfort zone. When I was 23 years old, I nearly moved to Canada. I had the visa secured, nearly had a job in Canada secured. All I really had to do at this point was book a flight. But I talked myself out of it and made up fake excuses as to why I shouldn't go. I tried to rationalise why I shouldn't move to Canada. And the truth was, I was terrified, I was scared of the unknown, I was scared of being alone again. And that was the real reason. And from that decision onwards, my life just went stale. I was in a rut. I was essentially a pawn on a checkerboard, scared to make a move in case it was checkmate. Scared to try and make a move to win. So instead I just stood still. I didn't move. This little place in Edinburgh is called Dean Village and it is so freaking cool. It's like a step back in time. And there is nobody here. It is 7:10 in the morning. The best time to come if you ever come to Edinburgh and want to see Dean Village, because look, there is nobody here. The perks of waking up early. So circa December 2017, 25 years old at this point. By far the lowest point ever in my life. I was anxiety ridden, I was lost, I was so scared. I just felt absolutely helpless. And I actually think the lowest point was I was in Hyde Park in London at night on the phone to my mum, blubbing like a big crybaby. The rain was pouring down. It was like a scene from Bridget Jones. And I think at that point then, I knew I had to leave London just for my mental health. So that's what I did. I fled back to Scotland for 3 to 4 months to try and regain some mental stability. And then that's when a potential opportunity to move to Australia arose. Arise. It came up. I could have potentially moved to Australia. Oh my God, Canada all over again. But this time, I couldn't stay in London. London wasn't my comfort zone anymore. London was the enemy. And I sure didn't want to stay in Scotland either. So I actually got the Australia visa fairly easily. And I didn't want to move to Australia without a job because I was kind of broke at this time. So this whole trip was hinging on a transfer with my current job to a position in Melbourne, Australia. And on March the 12th, 2018, I got the good news. Green light, the dotted line was signed and my anxiety went right through the roof. 21st of March 2018, 9 days later from when I got told I got the job, I was on a plane to Australia. See, you get everybody involved. By far the most exciting, exhilarating, productive, just the best year of my life. And this was a terrible place to come. I didn't know why this was a good idea. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I thought it would be an interesting backdrop, but it's so noisy. Let's go back. I met my amazing girlfriend in Australia, and no, she didn't make me say that. I met some amazing lifelong friends. I really did just fall in love with Melbourne, the city. And it was the first place ever that I felt happy calling home. And I love Melbourne, and I really can't wait to move back one day because it is an amazing city. But I nearly never went to Australia due to being scared of the unknown, scared of change, scared of leaving my comfort zone, and my anxiety tried so hard to rationalise not going to Australia and why going to Australia was a bad idea. But luckily the adventure within me won the argument and I ended up going to Australia, and thank God I did. Now, why am I telling you all of this? You see, I've done some great things in my 20s, but I let fear dominate a lot of it. And that does sound sad to say, but it's also relieving to say as well. But it's the lessons you learn in your 20s, and it's about how you react to maybe making those mistakes. I thought that was going to be a good view, but unfortunately not. You know, if I was to talk to 20-year-old me, what would I tell myself? And I would tell myself to always go with the choice of adventure and don't worry about what could go wrong, because things will go wrong, but you'll make them right. You'll find a way and it will always work out. I promise you. This is coming from somebody who's made many a mistake before. Here's another tip if you come to Edinburgh. Edinburgh is non-stop hills, so work on strengthening your quads, your glutes, and any leg muscle, because you're going to need it when you come to Edinburgh. And your cardio as well. Throw that in there. This right here is Edinburgh Castle. And it's closed right now, of course, but wow, I've not been up here for so long, and wow, look at this view. So I want to share a thought, okay? Say you lived your life every single day for the rest of your life like you live it right now, today. And at the end, some old guy approached you, long beard, grey hair, six-pack, you know the stick. He showed you on a piece of paper, this is exactly how you lived your life. And he pulled out a second piece of paper and showed you, this is how you were supposed to live your life, according to your dreams and your ambitions and your goals. Would those two pieces of paper match, or would you have any regrets? Did you give your one shot at life the best go, the best shot that you could, and done everything that you dreamt of? Or would you have wished that you changed something? Anyway, just a thought. Wow. So much history. Look at this view as well, it's amazing. You know, I have 1 year left in my 20s, and by God, I plan on living it to the utmost, fullest that I can. But you know, whether you're 20 or you're 29, you're 29 or you're 39, you're 40 or you're 60, I do believe society raises us to believe that these numbers are more significant than they actually are. So don't limit your possibilities of what you think you can or can't do because of a number. favourite secret spots in Edinburgh. Let's see if we can go down to the actual garden and maybe somebody there. We'll have to see. I hate buying from Starbucks, especially during the pandemic, because I would rather pay for my coffee in small independent chains, but none of them are open. 2018 taught me something so important. It taught me what is possible in 365 days. One lap round the sun. I honestly lived about 5 years worth of life experience in 1 year in 2018. So I'm really inspired, and I plan on making the next 365 as productive as 2018. So get out there and do what makes you happy, or find a way to get there, and don't accept nothing else. I am not at the end line yet, clearly. I'm still trying to find my way, but it will come, and I will not stop. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos recently, and the really kind comments as well. You guys are really spurring me on to continue to share my stories. So thank you so much for that. Take care and have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. I'll see you soon.